Hello, my friend, and thank you so much for joining me here today. This time I want to share yoga sequence for your hips and low back. So we'll be opening the hips, finding some release in the low back, and just going in with a gentle invitation to really connect with the breath as we move through the poses. We're going to begin in a cross-legged seat, so go ahead and take your time getting there, getting comfortable. You might shift a little bit. You might even use a little cushion to lift your hips if you'd like. And we'll just go ahead and get settled. So right away, sit tall. Send the shoulders back and away from the ears, letting them relax down. You can close or soften the eyes here. And we're just taking a small moment, cultivating some mindfulness. Noticing how we feel today, if there are any sensations right away in the body. Tuning into the breath. And then you could go ahead and set an intention for your practice if you'd like. And then we'll open the eyes. And I want to share a pranayama technique, a breathing technique that I feel will be useful to us today. And that is Ujjayi Pranayama, so ocean breath. And this is a really, really wonderful breathing technique that you can use both on and off the mat. And so I really encourage you to use it. So you're going to bring a hand up in front of your mouth, and you're just going to go ahead and breathe like you're trying to fog up a mirror or maybe your glasses. And so I'll demonstrate. And so just knowing what that sensation is like, we're going to do that again, but we're going to close the mouth. So we're going to do a big inhale in and exhale out. So all through the nose. And we don't need our hand anymore. So you might feel a little bit of a constriction in the back of your throat so that you're able to make that sound. And essentially it's a sound that might remind you of the ocean, the waves slowly coming in and out. And it's very calming for the nervous system. So again, I encourage you to use it. Definitely use it throughout this practice as we get into some intense opening stretches. So, yeah. We'll go ahead and start bringing some movement here. So, if you are sitting in a cross-legged seat, you're going to bring your right leg in front of your left. And then slowly, you're going to start coming down Might even place your elbows on the ground. And again, you might just sit here, and you might already feel a stretch in your right thigh, in the right side of the body. So just find a place that is comfortable for you. And we're going to use the Ujjayi Pranayama that we just practiced in order to really breathe through this stretch. Might release the head here. We'll do one more breath here. And then go ahead and come back up. This time we'll do the left leg in front of the right. Inhale to sit tall, and then exhale to slowly start coming down. Finding the right place for you, where you might feel a stretch in the left outer thigh. You might come down onto your elbows. You might even make a little place for the head to gently rest. One more breath here. And then we'll come back up. Okay. You can continue sitting like this, or you can come back to your cross-legged seat. And from here, you're going to bring your hands to your knees. You're going to inhale to start rotating, sending your chest forward. And exhale to round the spine back. Continuing like that, inhaling, chest comes forward. Exhale to round the spine. So here, you don't really need to worry about what it looks like. Just really focus on the sensation. Starting to bring some movement to the spine. Warming it up. And then go ahead and reverse your circles. Continuing with the same breathing pattern. So inhale as you move forward. Exhale as you come back. And then slowly start making your circles smaller until you come back to center. Wonderful. So we're going to move onto all fours. So go ahead and take your time getting there. Once you're there, just going to check our alignment. Making sure we have wrists stacked underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And from here, we're going to continue moving the spine. Inhale, sending the gaze forward, opening the chest. And then exhaling to round the spine, tucking the chin. And continuing this movement. We'll stay here for a few more breaths. And then come back to a tabletop position. And you're going to bring your toes to touch. You're going to send your knees as wide as your mat, or as wide as feels comfortable to you. And then you're going to send the hips back towards the heels. Coming into child's pose. Inhale to look forward. Then exhale to melt down. Let your forehead come down to the mat. Continuing to breathe here. This is a wonderful pose to relieve tension in the low back and also to open the hips, especially this variation of child's pose. You can rock your forehead a little bit side to side. And then we're going to press back up to our tabletop position. We're going to bring our knees underneath our hips again. And we're going to curl the toes under and lift up into downward facing dog. Find some movement here. Can pedal the feet, move your head a little, or a lot. And then you're going to inhale to bend the knees, look forward, and you're going to step one foot and then the other towards the top of your mat. Here, exhale to release into your forward fold, Konasana. Option here to rock a little bit side to side. And then tuck the chin to the chest and slowly roll up to standing. Great. Inhale to reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale to release them down. Inhale to lift halfway, coming into flat back position. And then exhale to release. Inhale, arms reach up. And exhale to return down. Going to plant the palms. Going to step one foot back and then the other. Coming again into downward facing dog. And then bring your right foot up in between your hands. I'm going to lower the left knee to the mat. I'm going to make sure that right knee is stacked over the right ankle. Then inhale, reaching the arms up and overhead, palms pressed together. Or you could do steeple, so just the index fingers pointing up. Breathe here. And then go ahead and exhale. You're going to bring the right hip crease back. Straighten the right leg. Flex the right toes. And then releasing the right foot. Lift the left leg up. You're going to plant the left palm and twist to your right side. Then release. You're going to step the left foot to the front to meet the right. And this time we step the right foot back. Lower the right leg, right knee down to the mat. Checking our alignment. And then inhale, looking forward, getting light on the fingertips. Then on your next inhale, go ahead, reach up and high. And again, we can do our steeple grip here. Deep breathing. Then exhale, release the fingers down. Find length in the left leg. Flex the left toes. Feeling that stretch in the back of the left leg. And then release the left foot back down. Lift the right leg, and this time press the right palm down into the earth. And inhale, left fingertips come up to the sky. Release, left hand back down. And this time we're going to step the left foot back into downward facing dog. Wonderful. Going to step the right foot up. And then inhale, reaching the arms up and overhead. So strong footing here. Inner thighs hugging into the midline. So finding some strength and balance here. Then exhale to release down. Bring the left foot up to meet the right. And then step the right foot back. Again, finding strong footing here. When you're ready, on your inhale, hands reach up and overhead. Palms can be pressed together or in steeple grip. Feeling that strength in the lower part of the body, engaging the muscles. Rising strong. And then exhale to release hands down, coming back into downward facing dog. Lower the legs down, knees come together, coming into child's pose. This time, send the hands back towards the back of the mat. Letting your shoulders release down, get heavy. Maybe using our Ujjayi breath or ocean breath. And then go ahead, slide your fingers in front of you. I'm going to press back up into downward dog. So bring the knees underneath the hips again. Curl the toes under and lift up. This time we're going to inhale to send the left leg up. And then we're going to slide our left knee in between our hands. Soften the right toes. Coming into our half pigeon pose. So inhale. Find length here. And then exhale to release down. And so here, your heel could be as close to your body as feels right to you. And just know that you can also be here on your fingertips. Another thing you could do is, if you happen to have a block, you could place a block over here, just to bring the earth to meet you. Otherwise, you can also bring your elbows down and then release. So this is a really, really wonderful place to engage that ocean breath that we practiced. This is quite, or can be quite an intense stretch for many. So it's really good to breathe into it. So just taking a moment here to really let go. And then on your next exhale, go ahead and press back up gently, softly. And then you're going to curl the right toes. You're going to press back up into downward facing dog. You can step the feet a little here too. And then inhale to send the right leg up. And this time, right knee slides in between the hands. Soften the left toes. Come onto the fingertips. Inhale. Look forward. And then exhale to release and soften. And one really lovely thing about ocean breath is that, especially if our mind is very, very chatty, which might happen, it can just help give us that anchor, because the sound of it might just be soothing and help us to keep our focus on the breath. If you have a mantra that you can say in your mind too, that can also be really wonderful. We'll stay here for just a couple more breaths. And when your next exhale, press up, curl the left toes, press back up, downward dog. And exhale to release. Legs down. Could cross your ankles behind you and come to a seat. bringing the soles of the feet together in Konasana, bound angle pose. Just checking in with the hips, rooting down through the sits bones. And then making our way down. We're going to bring the soles of the feet to the mat. And then inhale to cross your right ankle over your left thigh. And then you're going to thread the needle and pull both legs in towards your chest. Make sure to keep your toes flexed. So we went from half pigeon to a reclined pigeon. Go ahead and release. We'll do the other side. So left ankle crossed over the right thigh. Breathing into the stretch on the left side of your thigh. Then go ahead and release. Gonna bring your knees, or rather your feet, as wide as your mat. You could bring your hands to your belly. And we're just going to windshield wiper here, so letting your legs gently fall to one side and then the other. And then hugging the knees into the chest. Can rock a little bit from side to side. And then bringing your arms down. Gonna let your knees gently fall to one side, could be the right side. And then coming back to center, letting them fall to the opposite side. Then go ahead and grab the outer edges of your feet. We end with happy baby pose. Breathing deeply here. And then go ahead and release both legs. Come down. Stretching them. Full body stretch here. So reach your arms up and over. And then relax all the muscles of your body. softening through the muscles of the face, the brow, the eyes, the jaw. Perhaps just taking this quiet moment to thank yourself for showing up to the mat, for doing this opening work. Being open to receive the love that naturally wants to come to us. And perhaps even starting to dig into some of the emotions that might be stored in the body. And when you're ready to come back up, bring your knees to your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug, an I love you hug. And then let your knees fall to one side. Might take another moment here. And then slowly press back up to a seated position of your choice. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you for being here. I hope that you have enjoyed this practice, and I hope to see you next time.